There we go. Now I got everything the way I want to. It's Labor Day. Welcome. I'm just popping in and just doing a quick little bit of a video here. Um, so much going on. This thing is giving me all types of audio. My bad, my bad, my bad. Hold on. I don't even need this feedback. All right. So what I want to kind of go into is what is going on with the market. So uh, today was very interesting because what's happening now, it's almost like we're popping up just so that way we can pull back. So if we look here, I'm gonna bring this over. You'll see that we had a massive little move just now, and I was just telling wifey, I was like, yeah, I think this thing is gonna pull back. She told me she took a good chunk out of it. Hey, what's going on, Andy? How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. It's been a minute. Actually, shoot me a DM. I gotta have a conversation with you. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. All right, but yeah, so this was a nice little pop up in itself. We had a solid. If you haven't taken any of my classes, I'm gonna be real quick with it. But we had a solid golden cross on the 45 minute, and I was telling wifey, I was like, listen, I think they might pull this back because we're coming up right at resistance. And if you've been in my class, resistance is very elastic, so I'm gonna do one of these for y'all, right? It got a nice little box right here. Boom, boom, and boom. That is a order block. That whole area in itself was basically blocking any type of action that's going to go ahead and pop up to that upside. So what does that mean? That means we are probably going to bump our heads here. Market is closing in probably another 30 minutes or so. I think we're closing on London session because it's a holiday. I know y'all enjoying your barbecue, and I'm just popping up and just doing a live with y'all. But listen, I'm just telling you, this means that this could be a little tricky going into the new month. Could it be that we're going to just keep on bumping our heads at that level? Could we start to reverse? Is there opportunities to the downside? Lots of question marks there. But before I let y'all go, I'm going to go ahead and do a nice little rundown all the way down to the market. So here is the daily, and this is oil. So for all y'all that's been driving around and you're like, oh, what's wrong with oil prices and everything? This is the one that you want to kind of keep an eye on. This is the monster. If the barrels go up, then guess what? The gas prices is going to go up. So right now it looks like it's going down. So maybe we could get a little relief going into the holidays. That would be really good. So we'll see what happens there. Got a nice little double H pattern here. So I am looking for something along the lines of bang, 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 and then this just goes down. That's what I'm looking for. But again, go and block this out. If you haven't been in one of my classes, I suggest you come. Right? Got a nice little box right here. And if we look left, this is an area of interest. This is where people have a nice little way of them looking at the market. And they're like, yeah, this is a place we want to kind of bounce it up. If this breaks through, we're going to be going down a little bit violent and probably come down to like $70. I would love to see that. I love cheap gas prices. That's just me personally. All right, gold. If you are going to buy your girl a brand new gold chain, you may want to consider holding off a little bit. Gold is expensive. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Gold is a good investment when it's all said and done. But right now we're inside of this block right here, and you can see they're trying to get it above 2,500. It is a tough area. If it can pop up above 2,500, it could get into 2,600. But the way this is looking, it looks like it's down. And here's the weekly. The weekly, this looks like it's tired. It's been running for a long time. It looks tired. It looks like we got ourselves a downtrend that looks very similar to something like this. So could it go like that? Could it continue to the downside? Maybe, maybe. And if you don't have silver, I do suggest you have silver on your list as well. I told everybody on my YouTube, if they break this line, gold's going to be coming down because silver and gold kind of walk hand in hand. Keep an eye on silver. And then for you to know what's going on in the world, I love the British pound, right? The British pound, the market tends to run with the British pound. One of my indicators went off, letting me know that this was a bullish momentum, just like this was a bullish momentum. This one continued up. It should have pulled back. Maybe this is the pullback. Well, we got a nice little red candle here. So we're going to see if this week can give us one more red. If the British pound goes down, usually the market follows with it. So we're going to see that what happens there. This is ES. I've kind of kept an eye on that one, but I'm going to put natural gas here. Natural gas is where, those little up no fork. If you up in Ohio, New York, and all those little areas there, you're probably going to be worrying about natural gas. This thing looks like gas prices are going to be coming down a little bit, so we're going to see what happens. I like for natural gas to come back to like 1.7. This is what I'm looking for. So let's see if it can get to that 1.7 area, and you're going to get some cheaper gas prices. Hey, what's going on, Rod? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, and then this one right here, this is the Russell. The Russell is sitting right on top of the order block. This is a nice little order block. Let me come to the daily so I can see this a little bit better, right? Came in here, they use that support, use that support, use that support. They came down here, broke it down, and they had to find some place to get back in. Now we're above the block again. Okay, since we're back up here, are we gonna hold? Let me adjust this line. Could we do something like this? This is a potential uptrend. Could we do something like that? Well, we need to knock this out if that's the case. But right now, I got a nice little good trend. I'll say this. I'll say this right now. Hey, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning. I know y'all killing it. I know y'all. I know. I saw that bounce on NQ from the VWAP. I was like, I know who's in there. I know who is in there. All right. Congratulations. I know you in there. All right. But so I know this thing is like really, really, really trying to rock it back up. If it gets back into this fair value gap and take the rest of it, because there's just a little bit left, then we're probably going to go ahead and test this wick. I want to see the Russell go a little bit higher now, because right now, NQ, ES, all of them are just way too high. That would be great. And then we're probably going to get the US dollar. This is the one that affects all of us. Right now, the dollar kept on losing value. Things kept on getting expensive. It's because of this thing. If you have not charted the dollar, I suggest you have this in your list of things to do. Still looks like a bear flag, but we're on top of a nice little order block here, order block here, order block right there again. So could we get another bounce that was very similar to this? Very, very, very interesting. No, you missed it. Yeah, me and wifey was paper trading it. Oh man, it was a good move. It was a good move. All right. So while I'm here, if there is a ticker that you want me to go ahead and look at, go ahead and take the time right now, type it in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and run through my red list and green list and see what's going on and get ready for this week. All right, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. That is my red list. No, that's my green list. Let me go to my red list first. All right, here's my red list. Oh, first one on my list, Costco. Shout out to Buck. Yeah, this one has been going above that 900. SPX, all right, cool. I got you on SPX. But Costco right now, this thing, it look a little toppy. It look like I think it needs a little bit of a breather. They've been running. Oh, that weekly got a hammer. Rod, what type of candle is this on the weekly? We got ourselves a nice little hammer right here. This is gonna be very interesting on what Costco does. I'm not saying play against Costco, because Costco is a beast, but this one does look very interesting to try to play this to the downside. Let's go ahead and keep this going. Royal Caribbean, I've been looking at that one. Pin bar. Right, so on the weekly, got another pin bar that's right here. You can tell that they're just having a nice little trouble over here at that 170, right? That 170 level probably going to give you a little bit of trouble if you're trying to play Royal Caribbean up. They're starting to get into that holiday season. They're usually good on the summer, so just keep an eye on that one. I'm still keeping an eye on my pizza. I still got a position on that one. That one looks like it's still toying around. Old Papa John's. And oh man, and then there's this one. This what Neo gave me for other reasons other than charting. But yeah, Planet Fitness is right in this area. I wonder if it can break back down to $73. I think that's a good discount, especially now. Oh yeah, I think Planet Fitness is going down. Yeah, look at that. You got yourself a nice little bearish divergence right here. Look at that. You got it here. You got it here. And if you want to get fancy, here's your histogram, and you got it here. Let me go ahead and get this out of your face so I can see that. Look at that. These are making lower highs while this is making a higher high. Trouble, trouble. So yeah, we could see what happens with this one. Let me see what the weekly look like. Pin bar too? Bearish candle, but not a pin bar. All right, let's go ahead and get into my green list. Let's see what's going on my green list. UNH. This one kind of got away from me, but I'm gonna go ahead and wait for this bad boy. I think there's gonna be an opportunity on this one. If it stays above 580, I think they're gonna really test into that 600 and deep into the 600. But nice little reset. Maybe they're waiting for dividends. We'll see what happens there. Meta. Technically I'm on Instagram, so I shouldn't say nothing bad about Meta, right? That's how that's like the rules. I don't know how that works. But anyways, Meta does look a little interesting here. It looks like a bear flag. Let me come to the 1 hour. Kind of bearish on Meta. That doesn't look good. Not for no upside. All right, if it breaks through this line, it's coming down. Microsoft. Microsoft recovered very, very well after they put the blame on CrowdStrike. But I am very curious on what happens with this potential uptrend as well. Let me go ahead and put that as potential uptrend so I don't confuse myself later. They're trying to hold above this MACD here. Let me see the daily. Yeah. I don't know. I would say maybe bearish, especially the way this is like looking right now. I think they might pull this bad boy back. Walmart took off and it has not slowed down. Look at this thing. This thing is pinned to the roof and it's like, oh my God, help me, please. But yeah, but the MACD does look like it's a little weak. Let's see if we can get a nice little cross to the downside. If it does, maybe they do like a gap fill here because there's a nice little space. But their earnings was really good, so I wouldn't bet against Walmart per se. But I think there could be some opportunity, especially my IV flush players. All right, we got SPX. Let's start with SPX. I like to use SPX USD tag teams. You know, me up on that. You know, I don't play no forex. 500 USD. There we go. All right. SPX, same thing. Like it's kind of like hitting that roof of its indicator. Probably gonna. Let's see. It would be bullish if it could come above the level of 580. That's the one that they're trying to attack there. Let me see something on the weekly. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so what they're trying to do, they're trying to pull this back, and this is why I have a hard time taking it too serious to the upside. We put it in the morning star, but for those sound windy. Nah, Mike, hold on. Give me a second. Let me see if that's. How's that? Is that better? Yes, no? Possibly. You know what? My whole audio situation has been acting up. That's why I haven't done more minutes. I'll figure out what's going on with my microphone. It's not better. What the hell? I don't even have my ceiling fan on. Okay. Well, I'll be quick about this because obviously this thing is going to torment me. But yes, the level that it's on. Hey, what's going on? I don't know why it's windy. It's probably because I have it on Instagram and YouTube at the same time. Hurricane? Hold on. Is it still make? Oh, never mind. Okay, how about that? Oh, can't hear me? Oh, she said she can't hear me. Get out and get. I. All right, test. Is that better? Can't hear me. Okay. I know, but I'm. Uh, my wife's in the other room. She's saying she can't hear me. Sound is gone. You sound far away. Oh my God! Don't you just love technology? Let me try to up the volume again. Test, test, test. How's that? Less windy? Non-windy? Or is this better? Can you hear me now? All right. I just want to make okay. Let me just go ahead and finish this. So yeah, so SPX, the way it's sitting right here at this level. Let me get rid of my alert. It looks like they want to take out this 680. Yeah, I just pulled out the blue mic. I guess my mic is gone shot. So, oh well. Oh, vegan on the go for a lot. I see you. What's going on? Hey, you owe me a text. You better text me. All right, because I think I need one of those vegan burgers. They say I gotta lose weight. Anyways, so SPX around that 680 level. That's what they want to capture. But if you can see, I have my indicator. My indicator told me we were supposed to come down, and I don't like morning stars happening in the top of an uptrend, right? And the problem that I have with morning stars in the top of an uptrend, it usually sometimes be a bait, and this thing could take off. And I'm not trying to take anybody out of their positions or anything, but there was a little bit of a warning. How many of these new people that came in on this fair value gap right here, how many of them are still inside of their trade? That's going to be the question we're going to have to figure out in the next couple of days to probably towards the end of the year. If this starts to fail or they start to penetrate that one, I can see them try to test this area right here. But it still does look good for overall. Like we've been just up this whole year, and you can see on the monthly, we just been going up. So I am very curious on how this Morningstar plays out. All right, I think the other one was PDD. This is Pinduoduo? No, PD. That sounds, it looks like Pinduoduo. I wonder if that was their ticker. Anyways, oh, jeez. What a drop off a cliff. Was this a earnings? Yep, that was a earnings. Jeez. Wow. This thing's just been dropping hard. Did they meet their earnings? Yeah, I wanna say this is Pinduoduo. Multi. It's in Dublin, Ireland. Okay, yeah, I think this is Pinduoduo. This one here, I am not too much of a fan of anything too international, especially with what's been going on lately. But wow, that thing dropped like a bad habit. Look at this, 150 to 100. This thing could probably try to push back up. Let's go with this, right? You got yourself a decent uptrend if that actually holds for right now. Oops, I put downtrend instead of uptrend. Uptrend, right? If this holds, then we could probably go into this fair value gap. That's your only saving grace. But whatever made this drop happen, you're talking about an angle of a downtrend from here to here, and you're talking about a downtrend from here to here. So they're gonna have to beat these bad boys that brought them down in the first place. I don't like it for any upside, I don't like it for any downside. If it comes to 101.95, maybe a little over 100, that's when I'll sell, and then I'll be looking for something under here. That's probably, yeah, that'd probably be your best bet. But that is a massive, massive, massive gap that they put in. It's raining. No, that was a downpour in itself. That's really bad. All right. Any other tickers that y'all curious about, or any favorite companies? I'm not touching it. Oh, that must have been from earlier. Nah, I'm not touching it. All right. Any other tickers? Anything else y'all want to see on the screen? Well, I'll give y'all a couple while y'all type it in. Let's see. Let me go to my old bear list. I have not. NetApp. All right, I'll do that one right after. CCJ. I want to see what's going on with CCJ. CCJ, they kind of was trying to pull this one right back up. I did play a little bit of it to the downside. Then it kind of bounced off this little support here. You already know what you're doing. But wait, I got out just a little bit before it got to that $36 level. Came back to the 50 EMA, got a death cross, so this thing is probably gonna go down even further. And then we got US Steel. No one's talking about the Build Back Better program, bill, and all that stuff. So I'm thinking that this one is being affected a little bit because the infrastructure stuff is like in a standstill until they get the new people into office. So depending on which way the wind blows, you might see US Steel turn bullish. All right, NetApp. I say tickers. You gave me net. All right, there we go. Okay, if you give me the ticker, you're gonna go ahead and give me the whole company name. Oh wow. Oh yeah, this is starting. It's way down. You're probably gonna get a pullback. If there's a pullback, maybe let's do this. Let me get my other template. Golden zones. If you could get a nice little discount somewhere around 127, 125, 127, 125, you could probably play this even further down to the downside. But it looks like on the weekly, they probably gonna pop this bad boy back up. Oh yeah, maybe an attempt to a gap fill, because it looks like they dropped because of earnings. For those that play those flushes and those gaps, this probably is going to be a nice little, maybe you get a nice little pop up here starting tomorrow. That'll probably be really nice. Getting into that 50% mark is roughly around here, which is 126. But if you could get at 127, I think there's going to be a nice little short order. They're probably just going to have some sellers sitting right in that area. Still in a little bit of a bullish state, but this downpour here is not great for it. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the other one. You got PSTG. Pure Storage. Is this digital? Okay, this is digital. Because everybody's been going into these storage facilities. Like I see a new storage facility being built in my neighborhood all the time, like public storage and extra space and all that. This one's bouncing off the 50 EMA. I wouldn't play this to the downside unless there's straight confirmation. But this weekly evening star is making it very interesting. Again, I'll probably do another one of these. Yeah, you know, I might have to hit you up on your screener, whatever you're using as a screener. It's making this very interesting. But yeah, probably something like this. Nice little pullback to probably about $56. And then you could get another drop, another leg lower, and then come into the 200, somewhere around there. But I could see a pullback coming. That'll be a good discount. It might do a shallow one because we kind of came to the level of support. They can't wait to short it. Yeah, we're so close to the psychological level of $50. But the moment that they find a retracement, the real target is $41 because they could go ahead and take out all of this action. Yeah, this one created a gap that never been really addressed other than this fair value gap that was created. So yeah, this one could be a nice little play to the downside. I think you'll be happy with that one if this one actually starts to pull into that fair value gap and pulls down to $41. So conservative, $48. Aggressive, $41. Going to the downside for pure storage. All right, wifey wants NQ. All right, no problem. NQ. Here's your baby. Let me get rid of this thing. All right, NQ. We did a nice little deep pullback here. Again, we did not take out this fair value gap. It's too late. It's too late. By the time you text it, I'm already started talking about NQ. We're probably going to get out of here anyways. But, but if you look at NQ right here, it really looks like that they're pretty much putting what could be a fair value gap to the upside. Looking strong. But you got this here. That's your downtrend. That's the one that they penetrated. But then the most recently, this action here is probably what we're going to test first to see if we can get some more upside here. If this fails, whatever uptrend that created this, which is probably inside of this fair value gap here, and we come back into the fair value gap, we're probably just going to go ahead and dump. Anyways, since y'all want to go ahead and troll, I was just testing this out because I wanted to see how I can link my YouTube and Instagram and give content probably more real time and more fun. That said, I learned how to do it, and that's all I wanted to do. So if you haven't hit the like, subscribe, or the bell button on YouTube, go ahead and do that now. If you haven't been on my YouTube, it's JD_the_Great, just like my Instagram. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. I got a lot of mindset content over there, and it's a lot more fun. That said, I'm going to go ahead and bid